I think it's good to start. Hello, everybody. I'm seeing some more joinees. I love it. I'm Ria Richardson. I'm based in Seattle, and I work for Etter+Ramli. I'm happy to see you all, guys. And this is all about our up close and personal, very personal, a webinar, very cozy, so that we can talk about how to further negotiate with Oracle NetSuite, especially now that we are, having their quarter end tomorrow and their year end this May 30. And it's just so exciting that I see a lot of NetSuite customers around the world joining from UK, Australia, Philippines, and all over North America and even India. So let's begin. All right. So I know that this is going to be a very good day, morning, and night. I believe that simply because we have a NetSuite user who's going to solidify how we do things, our method of negotiating with Oracle NetSuite that proved to be very successful. And one thing to note, guys, I am from Oracle NetSuite principal company from the Philippines, from the epicenter, who supports global customers since 2015. I was the only one in the Philippines office who's a salesperson when, I know that a lot of you know James Dantao, who's very big and very famous in Oracle NetSuite, and Reg Singh. They got me from Microsoft Dynamics and talked to me on how to really penetrate and open the sales office in the Philippines, because everybody there is just so precious, supporting global NetSuite customers, and a lot in the US. So that's my story. That's why I'm here. I'm very independent now under Etter+Ramli, very unbiased. I'm just using my knowledge when I was running contracts and deal approvals when I was in Oracle NetSuite. So, yeah, we're here today, I know for sure, because everybody is having a difficult time. If it's easy, then we're not here. Having a tough time. Negotiating with Oracle, as my friends say, right? Oracle happens to sell software, but they're really a law firm. But joke aside, I think they're really very good. Getting their contracts somehow burdensome to a lot of small and medium enterprises, and very hard and difficult to negotiate with and understand. So I want you to take back your power, since you're the customer and you know your business and requirements more than NetSuite. At the end of my presentation, we'll have a live and an open Q&A and some good collaboration from all of you guys. And the ultimate goal is to help each other, negotiate and secure the best terms for you. So just very quick about my company, Etter+Ramli. We are unbiased and highly independent of Oracle NetSuite. We're not a partner, but we just love NetSuite so much that we come together as Etter+Ramli team under the leadership of Todd Kimpton, who's actually here, our founder, and created this managed success program. The meaning is, we are very focused. We do not just come from Oracle NetSuite, but we are very good in what we do. A lot of customers that you will hear later on will really prove how brilliant our consultants are. And we cover the entire, essence of putting your NetSuite system and reaching the promised land. Why? Because we do not just provide you focus. We are all NetSuite experts. We provide you leadership opinion, commercial, that's me, functional, technical, and development. So it's like a whole pizza pie when you engage us as like your full-time employee. We treat each other like family, and our commitment is beyond the contract. So I am very fearless, really putting myself out there and really make the customers reach that managed success through Etter+Ramli. So this is just a part of what we do. We collaborate very well. We're very speedy and we're very efficient. And when you engage with us, then you will know what I'm trying to say. So some of my winning fun years in Oracle NetSuite, I have enabled like more than 2,000 resellers and partners in Philippines and in Asia Pacific. I am now based in Seattle and enjoying America for 4 years. And I'm still promoting, of course, NetSuite. I think I'm really married to NetSuite. To those who know me, I have run channels, partners, and even direct sales when I was in the Philippines. I've made a lot of, like good friendships with the senior approvers from US, Asia Pacific. And I just don't use the relationship. I think when I negotiate, I use all the knowledge and the magic words that Oracle NetSuite wants to hear. And of course, the give and gets later that I will, share with you. And that's in the Philippines office. So to those who have not visited NetSuite, I encourage you to visit because it's not just that beautiful office, but we have beautiful powder white sand. So anyway, I will share with you key takeaways. I'm sure there's a lot of you guys who have been negotiating with NetSuite very well, but there is something more that I think you need to know aside from the usual, asking for the discount. So first key takeaway that I want to share with you is there's a lot of CFOs and businesses that I've spoken, hundreds of them. I've seen there's no renewal cap. So when I was in Asia, in the Philippines, in order for me to compete with the dominating SAP and Microsoft, one of my strategy is to ask my senior approvers, the SVPs in Oracle NetSuite in the US and even in Australia, to provide me as the sales rep there, for me to compete with SAP, Microsoft in the field, a blank approval order or blanket, approval to put in all of my customer, estimates a renewal cap, because that is part of my strategy. And there are like 250 that I have authored deal approvals in Asia that has a renewal cap. When I came here in America and starting to really review, of course, there's NDA, right? NetSuite customer estimates, I am shocked because there's no renewal cap. And to me, it's just a shock that the sales or the AMO didn't do their best to give you this, because after the contract, Oracle can always do their price hike of 20, 30, 60%. So just yesterday, one of my customers in LA just told me that they have a 50% increase of all the line items, their annual. But some have 20, some have 15, but some have more than 40% increase. And we cannot control that, right? So if I'm the sales reps or your account manager, I will put it out there for you, and I won't even wait for you to ask. And that was me. So now that I'm seeing that the estimates of your customers or you as the customer don't have this, I suggest that you negotiate this. But there's a way of negotiating this. This means that if your 100,000, annual license cost is, if your annual license cost is 100,000, then after your, let's say, 3-year contract, Oracle can just add 50% or 60% on top of that, and there you go. You'll have like 225,000 out of, or 150,000 out of your 100, and that's not budgeted by the CFOs or yourself. And if it's just 3%, then you'll just have, like, for example, 4,500 increase, and that is understandable because everything, even eggs and are inflated. There's a price hikes everywhere every day, but that's a decent price hike for a software subscription vendor. So this is very crucial. I've seen a lot of CFOs have been asked probably to leave, or having some difficult conversations with the CEO and the business owners because of this. And there's also one company based in South Carolina. They're mixed parts and construction. They even called me and my boss thought that they did not only negotiate a renewal cap with NetSuite, but they negotiated the renewal cap with all of their software vendors and was able to, to save a lot of money, across the board. So yeah, we're happy to serve our customers well, and so that is a renewal cap. So if you don't have this, call me, let's talk, okay? The second one is, this is something that I am so passionate about when I look at estimates. I can immediately in 5 minutes determine which of them that can be taken out. So normally, my hundreds of customers tell me that they don't use or they don't want this modules or line items. Learning Cloud Pass, which is about 6,000, 5,000 and more. Annual premium support, which is, I know it's 10%. It's a percentage of your total license cost, which is also very costly. Okay, for premium support, advanced customer support. I've spoken to a lot of NetSuite account managers right now, and even during my time, they will always call me as a sales rep and tell me that, Ria, if you have like 100 customers renewing, put ACS or put LCS. And then I asked my boss why. What is the benefit of inserting 4,000, 11,000 to the estimate of my customer? It is because it's an annual recurring revenue, and Learning Cloud Pass, they may not like it because even the core features are not in that portal. Later on, my customers just realize that they don't need this and it's not really worthy, to pay that amount. And it's unnecessary to them, right? So I sense that, maybe later on you can look at your estimates and identify all this that you can remove. I have helped customers remove it and had good, improvement on the annual cost. So they will say that you will lose the discount if you keep on reducing and reducing, but there's a way, because there's been a lot of customers right now are very happy and satisfied that when we removed it, we were able to leverage on, my knowledge in securing additional discount. Okay. But of course, I'm still not Oracle NetSuite, but I will share with you the method on how to do it. And also, the timing is everything. Today, we are expecting a lot of sign-offs from my customer because it's Feb 28, it's their quarter end. Timing is everything. When I was in Oracle NetSuite, it's like a party. We don't sleep until 12 or 3 a.m. just to book, orders, because it's our revenue. And timing is everything with Oracle, right? So you know that Oracle starts the fiscal year June, and every August, we try our best to really go out to our customers and get them to sign because it's our quarter one. So August, and then November is quarter two, November 30. So you can negotiate. They're very, very generous when it's this, golden months. February, as we say, it's their quarter end. And if they are still 11% away from their quota or targets, definitely they will go to all the customers worldwide and put everything there, additional discount. What will we do to get you signed even a month earlier of your true renewal date? So now, if you are also renewing before May 30, they will be more generous. I've seen it happening. And for any software companies here who have attended subscription company, you know that it is so golden for you to maintain your annual recurring fees from the customer. So you can try to look at when is your true renewal date and probably negotiate a month before, May 30. And I think one of this is actually underrated, Oracle financing. Today, everybody's actually looking at cost savings and holding on to your cash flow. So I have helped a dozen of customers who applied for Oracle financing. This is like a loan that we will have to apply, and you should have like a healthy statements. But for CFOs who wants to really like hold on to their money first and not pay after 30 days, or not pay Oracle even quarterly, because you can use the money. It's big for some promotions or for some expansion, or some campaigns for your customer generation. Oracle can actually delay the bill for 6 months, the invoice for 6 months, so you can hold on to your cash flow for 6 months. And I think there's a lot of companies who need this Oracle financing, and it's out there. They're offering it, especially if it's justified. So I think most of you know this, especially those senior, procurement and finance, that Oracle wants to always have like a give and get strategy. Like I give you this, and then this is what I'll get. And when you engage me and my service, and it's performance based, right? I don't really charge you. I don't charge you when I don't save you. So we can talk about it later, but if you ask for a renewal cap, for example, you must be able to tell Oracle that you will sign up for another 12 months or 3 years or 5 years. It's a give and gets. They love loyalty. They are so afraid. The sellers of Oracle NetSuite will be afraid if they feel that you want to abandon them in 12 months and you cannot just get a renewal cap, something to that effect. You can always tell them that you have friends or network that you will help them, give, let's just say, a customer testimonial by phone or by video. Then their hearts will soften, when they feel that you are really liking NetSuite and it's your strategic information asset. And then, they will give you more and more when they see that it's within their business justification for them to give more special concession for you. So before anything else, I read you have a question. Can you please, Ashok? Yeah, I will give 15 to 20 minutes live Q&A after this. I will present you first a NetSuite user, a goal getter, 20 years, experience, with a lot of mergers and acquisitions. And she has a lot of, opinion to say and to share with you today as a finance leader of Boardroom Strategy Group. Let's welcome Lila.
Thanks, Ria. I'm so glad I get to be here with you guys today. And you're probably wondering, well, why? Why is Lila here? So let me give you just a little more background. You don't have to read all the facts in front of you, but I got out of school and roll tide for Chris, who brought that up earlier from Alabama. And I went down the audit track through Ernst & Young. So what started as CPA audit route, public accounting, I ended up jumping ship to a mid-market accounting firm where I led outsourced accounting services. Our platform of choice at that firm was Intact, actually, but we had clients on JD Edwards, on QuickBooks Online, SAP, so kind of run the gauntlet of platforms. After working in public accounting firm, I worked for a consulting company with clients that were going through mergers and acquisitions, and also led accounting teams within real estate companies and tech companies. So in each place, I've still been kind of wearing this finance hat. And I tell you that not to just go on about myself, but to tell you that I come across CEOs all the time, and they will say, I never know what that accounting team is doing over there, but they sure are busy. And I always respond with, they are very busy. They're keeping the doors open, and without them, you're driving blind. So, but what that tells me is a lot of times our accountants are buried in compliance work. They're making sure payroll goes out, AP, AR, they're making sure that we've got all of our historical financials, our audit, our tax. You get the point. My point is, my passion lies in elevating that finance team to actually help the CEO with the vision, be forward thinking. So in my mind, and what I do at Boardroom Strategy Group here is, I'm trying to elevate that team so that we are in the C-suite and we are part of this going forward strategy, and not just the back office reporting what happened. I want to provide the CEO with data so he can make decisions tomorrow. I say all that to say, what I love about having the accounting skill set and background is we're building the roadmap for that CEO's vision, or that board, or that owner. And that roadmap is, how are we going to spend the funds coming in? How are we going to get the funds coming in? And how are we going to spend it responsibly? So when you're thinking about the budget, the forecast, The one that you need to be setting that example for, that leadership role, is in your own department. I've talked to Ria and I love working with her, but honestly, I think this is kind of low-hanging fruit. No one knows the Oracle platform better than you, not the IT procurement person. They know the value of it, and you have to have a platform. So a lot of times what happens is our accounting team's like, sure, maybe we can get some discounts, but at the end of the day, if that's not my priority, I got to sign it and move on. You guys know you're juggling so many priorities. You just sign it and move on. But NetSuite's pricing is expensive. It's probably one of your largest line items, and it's your most critical platform within your software team or within your accounting team. I say all that so you can see there is a little bit of a thorn in my side, because I've come in and negotiated with Oracle, and I've kind of got that experience of this should be a great spot where we show our value. And that CEO is going to know that we've got our business handled, and that's why we're expecting other departments to work with us as we develop that roadmap and that budget. So with kind of giving you that background, I know we've got people from all over different, wearing different hats on this call. I just want everybody to understand your accounting team, is so busy, and how can we elevate this to an easy win? It's what I would call an easy win. So a little background about my Oracle experience is I was a user within companies and with accounting teams, but I started working for a SaaS-based company, and they had recently implemented NetSuite, and they were sold the world and all the add-on modules. We could not have implemented all of them within the 12 months if we wanted to, because we got all the bells and whistles. And I say all that to say, when it came time to do that first renewal negotiation, I didn't really have any leverage. I didn't know what I could do and what I could say. They didn't give me a McDonald's menu and say, here's your order and here's your prices. They're just asking a few questions and handing you a quote. So what happened to me is I'm sort of looking at this quote and I'm swamped with some other things. So when I start asking for things and the Oracle account manager says no, it's like, well, I certainly don't have any time to go implement Intact. So here we are. So for me, bringing Ria in is the leverage I've gained, because she's got all of the insider knowledge. She knows what my options are, and she can help us renew Oracle. A couple other things that happened along the way before Ria was involved is we had a bad experience with ACS. We weren't getting the answers we needed, so we ended up hiring a outside consultant that gave us the answers we needed. And you guys might have seen that too. So it became a question of how much are we paying for ACS versus should we spend that money elsewhere? Where should we have bought the learning pass? How much did we use it? Was it worth it? We did not have a renewal cap. I was not aware that that was going to be an option. So that was one item that Ria's coached me through as well. But just what happened when I went back to negotiate the renewal is I said, all right, we're in year 2. We don't have time or focus to add on this bells and this whistle right here. I'm going to take those off. So our account manager said, okay, well, fine, but now your contract amount's going down, so we have to take away the discount. I'm like, well, this is very arbitrary, and I don't really understand why, but I didn't have anything to offer them and know how to get that back. So between that and just ACS not working, we had several account managers over the course of 2 years. It was just kind of a sloppy situation, and we kind of wanted to get the power back. So that's why we brought in Ria, who was able to kind of show us here are the normal things that you see on the contract. Here's where you can negotiate. Here's where you can get that renewal cap in there. And we did give and take a little bit, but for me, getting this contract right size was very fair, because what you got to know is the account managers aren't coming to you to say, hey, what can I do? I want to help you. They know that they are incentivized and commission based to sell the highest price. So that's what they're doing. And with that, you need to have some level of knowledge, which Ria brings to the table to combat just somebody who's trying to gain the largest incentive. Ria, were there other points in the Oracle piece that I hadn't highlighted yet that kind of shook me in the negotiation process? Oh, I will say this.
Yeah.
When we were doing our budget for the year, it was not at the time we renegotiated renewal. That was a different quarter end. So what I put in our budget for the renewal was basically a formulaic, hey, we're going to cut down users, therefore my Oracle price should go down. And then that's when they came back later and they're like, oh no, you can't go down. So I wasn't able to, you know, intelligently match my budget based on what I thought was a formula. So I made some rookie mistakes in there, but Ria helped us right size it.
Yeah, that's what thank you, Lila, for the insights, and I know that our audience appreciate that. That's why I said I always help my customers do it in MS Word, because Oracle NetSuite gives you this very difficult, you know, PDF click agreement, you know, here without even really reading if there's like all this renewal cap and, you know, 3%, 5%, or even 1%, and not just, you know, giving you a 30 to 50% price hike after the contract term, which, as you said, you committed a rookie mistake. And you know, there's a lot of things I said that, you know, the contracts are really, you know, and even account managers submit to you 6 to 7 updated estimates and still forgetting renewal cap. I have to always look at it from page 1, 2, and 3 up to the last, you know, clause, and always remind my client, don't sign, don't DocuSign. It's not okay. They forgot to put every special concession we have discussed. So I put it in an MS Word, I put Excel sheet. I always clarify and confirm Oracle NetSuite account reps. Is it true that, you know, the Suite Analytics, is it true that, you know, why did you put premium edition when they only have 16 general users? You know, you have to really have that dance, that tango, I call it, with your account reps, and make them work for you. Make them explain why did they quote you and why are they giving this price, and not just to sign right away, you know. So thanks, Lila. We're opening this for you know, a live question and answer, guys. We'll try our very best to answer you here. So, you know, take it away, guys.
Joe's got his hand raised.
Okay, Joe.
Hello.
Hi,
Thanks
Joe.
for the presentation. I have probably a lot of questions. So, about your services, do you? Maybe I missed the beginning. Do you charge just like a percentage fee to help negotiate the contracts?
Yes, good question. So what we do is it is a performance base. You don't pay us if you don't save anything. Like I can share with you later on, you know, when we have our one-on-one, if you want to proceed. If you save 5,000 below out of the, you know, 12 months, you know, current estimate that you have. Like, for example, if you have 165,000, you know, estimate annual cost now that we're talking, that is the starting point, you know, the 12 months. And if you save, let's say, more than 20,000, you know, we charge you 35% of the savings, which you still save, and that is our fee to you. Like, we start at 20, 30, you know, 40%. But I can share that to you, Joe, after the meeting if you like. I can email it to you.
Okay, and then
yeah,
one more quick question. If we're getting discounts right now, it's February 27th.
Mm-hmm.
Next quarter's year end.
Yes.
We really lose those, or we'll probably get the same discounts in like a month or two?
Well, again, timing is everything, right? I have to really look at your estimate. We can sign an NDA. I can review it for, you know, 2 hours and probably determine where you can save and work with you on the strategy on how we will talk to NetSuite AMO, your account reps. But the quick answer there is it has to be a proactive collaboration between you and me, because not all estimates are the same, right? Not all have all those bells and whistles. Maybe your estimate is just straightforward, or account reps already like corrected it. I will tell you if it's right size or fit for you. You know, we need to talk. But based on all the hundreds of deal approvals that I made, you know, I was able to help the customers, you know, have improvements in the current estimate.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Joe.
Joe, I'll add on. I see Todd's question here in the middle. Two biggest lessons I learned. One is exactly what you're saying. It's a lot more arbitrary pricing than I wish it were. I know Oracle's a business and they're trying to maximize their profits too. But I didn't understand, you know, embarrassingly enough, I did not understand how many options those AMOs have that could have brought us to a more reasonable price. And I didn't know how to push back on that. So I would say the biggest lesson I had is bringing Ria in helped me build leverage again, because we all know I'm staying on NetSuite. We all know what a huge cost and time suck it would be for me to go change. So they've got you, they've got you hand over fist, right? So having Ria kind of align me, and she knows it because she was on the other side for so long, that I was able to create leverage. So the biggest lessons I learned is, one is a lot more arbitrary than we want it to be. And two, Ria helps us build that leverage and that strategy to make it right. That is where we want all of our team members to be thinking when we're thinking about budget and where we spend. And really, because it's such a necessity of software, it's easy just to sign and move on. So that was why it was a great relief to have somebody in my corner.
Yeah, thanks, Lila. We have two questions, so I will answer Mike first and then Ashok. So Mike is asking, is the renewal cap documented in the estimate? Yes, it is. It is usually found on your page 2 or 3 after all the licenses and modules. So it's under terms. So as I said, in the USA, I've seen thousands don't have renewal caps customers, and we have to put it there. So it says that the renewal cap is 3 to 5% normally of your current license cost after the renewal term, you know, ends. But we can talk about it later on. You can check your estimate now if you wish, and then let me know. Yeah, but there's a way to request renewal cap. They don't give it freely or just easily. There are ways, and you know, the give and gets, like adding 12 months, signing up for 3 years. But again, we need to review your estimate and right size it for you. I hope I answered that, Mike. And then for Ashok, the question is, could you discuss how enterprise pricing affects companies with over 1,000 employees and why customers might face a threefold increase in cost? Okay, so let me answer it this way. Oracle, if you are using an Oracle application and not the NetSuite, you know, application, Oracle has different metrics in giving out pricing. So my question, Ashok, are you using NetSuite? Because NetSuite doesn't really look at your revenue so much. It is more on your industry. Like they give you Suite Success for software, Suite Success for manufacturing, and they give you the number of users and, you know, premium support sandbox. In my experience of, you know, 10 years working for NetSuite.
They are saying that our parent company has more than 1,000 employees, even though they do not use any Oracle or NetSuite product. We need to pay premium price of enterprising cost, which is 3 times higher than what we are paying now. Currently, we have only around 45 users.
Yeah. Okay. So I think if I will be Ashok, I will go back to the NetSuite account rep, and and tell them exactly the legal name. We work on your legal name and the number of users. You should be telling them which industry do you play, because they should give you the pre-configured suite success, and that doesn't have to do with supposed to be the parent company, unless your parent company signs an enterprise agreement. I think you have to check that
Okay.
with
Thank you.
Oracle, because it can affect the way you are ordering, NetSuite. I remember when I was there, I am trying to chase small and medium enterprises, and my Oracle report somehow blocks me from offering the proposal to my small and medium, that subsidiary that reports to a parent company, because Oracle tags it as an enterprise account.
Oh,
And that
okay.
parent company signs with Oracle and enterprise, licensing. That's why they're just holding you up for that. So if you can check that, I can help you. We can talk later.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah. Thanks, Ashok. Any other questions?
Hi, this is Steve Erickson. I have a question.
Hi, Steve.
We're just finished the first year of a 3-year contract, but we found that we have reached the maximum number of users on the current level that we have licensed, and let us know that we're going to have to go to the next level. Can you tell me kind of what that means, and if there's a big leap in getting to a level 1 to a level 2 or level 2 to 3, whichever shift we're approaching? I'm just not sure what it means when it says we're going to have to license up to the next level to be able to add any more users.
Yeah. Good question, Steve. A lot of my customers are facing this scenario as well. So my first question is, who told you that did you tell them that you have exceeded like a number, that quantity?
We had purchased 5 more licenses, and then when we went to apply them, it would only let us apply 3 licenses because we had reached the cap of the
Okay.
level that we had signed up.
Agree. Okay. So that is a little sensitive, especially when you have not, as a company, Steve, I suggest that we do audit again of all the general access users, because this is my experience. A lot of companies have not checked if the users are truly using NetSuite or optimizing the system. Sometimes the first quote, we say that, we need 30 users, but then I've seen customers after 6 months or 1 year say, oh, we don't really need 30 users. We realize we only need 15 users. So I think I suggest that before we even, succumb to that next level of addition that will cost you much, I think we have to internally test first, quickly, even for a day, or an hour. Check the number of users who's truly using your system, because there are users that probably not transacting on the system. They're just viewing it. We can take them out, right? And then in order for you to avoid that next level, because if it's real, Steve, if you really need additional 5 users and the other users are truly transacting in the system and not just viewing, then unfortunately we will have to go through the next level of that addition that they're pushing you to get, because NetSuite has that sensitivity. A premium edition, like the Louis Vuitton package that usually they offer to the customer, if you reach, let's say, a 30 users above, then you will have to go through that next level. But if you're 30
That's where we are.
yeah,
Yeah.
but again, I've seen some customers just say yes to NetSuite without checking all the accounting, finance, procurement. Are you really using NetSuite? Because per user is costly. So just a quick question to your members division, that are they really like a simple audit? Because maybe 5 of them are not really using it. We can do a workaround.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a fair point to go look at that.
Yeah. And if you need help on some, questioning and the method, I can help you.
Thank you.
just to make sure. Yeah, because we don't want you to just go up to that next level and realizing that there are 3 or 6 or 5 not really using it, transacting. No, yeah,
Agreed.
agree.
Thanks.
Okay, yeah, thank you. From Chris Beecroft, have you found ways to upgrade a mid-market account, one entity, to Suite Success Standard? Oh, the mid-market is the legacy, right? And NetSuite is pushing everybody to be on the Suite Success. We know the normal approach is to buy the One World, which may be very expensive on a small customer. Yeah, One World is truly very expensive. If you don't need a One World, I suggest you don't buy that. That's $799 a month. So, Chris, is it okay if I hear your voice and get your questions out again?
Sure. Yes.
Yes, Chris.
Well, the question is so in general, NetSuite has told me that they will not allow you to change additions from mid-market to Suite Success Standard. Have you found that to be true? Have they made exceptions?
So you're saying that the current estimate has a mid-market
Yes.
package.
Yes.
Okay. And then your question is, have I experienced downgrading it to a Suite Success Standard?
Yeah, basically.
Yeah. Well, actually, just last week, there were estimates that are put into a premium, the highest edition, and I was able to help them downgrade and right size it to the lowest edition.
Okay.
Yeah, it can happen as long as we're prepared. You see, NetSuite account reps, before they even go to us, to the customer, they're prepared. They're having their huddle on how to attack, right? The customer. They have their strategy. So I suggest that you and me, for example, if you have the estimate, we will review it and then have my founder, my business practice expert, Todd, come into play and ask you a little, questions so that we can tell them back that, hey, as a business, we have reviewed that we don't need this mid-market. We only need the standard because we don't need this fixed asset. We don't need revenue management. We just have to make sure, right? And we know our business more than them. And then they will get back to us and tell them that they have downgraded it to the package that we're saying, but prepare for some, that they will tell them, but we took out the discount, Chris, because you are reducing it and, we don't like reducing our subscription, something like that. But we will talk about it and have a strategy.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, that's a method. And about the One World, Chris, what is your question about the One World?
Well, obviously, if you're on mid-market, you only have one entity, right? If you want to add a second entity, you have to buy mid-market. And, look, if you start with mid-market with CRM, and then you add One World, and you only have 20 users, that's a lot more expensive than if you had started with Suite Success Standard. But the problem is you can't convert from mid-market to Suite Success.
Yeah, but okay. So I answered you. We can convert it, and at the same time ask for more discount. But we have a play to do it.
Okay, thanks.
Thanks, Chris. Do you work with other ERP? No. The beauty of Etter+Ramli is we're purely solid NetSuite. That's why our knowledge is very deep, because we are just a NetSuite shop. Yes. Yeah, we don't do Acumatic or Sage Microsoft Dynamics.
Ashok, I'll tell you from my perspective, we had a company that would go in and help implement new accounting systems that worked across a lot of platforms, and a reputable company that worked hard, but between their people and our people, it was not enough intimate NetSuite knowledge for that implementation to go swimmingly, which is also why the contract was a little bit off kilter for me. that's really why I like Ria and their team, is they know it at such in-depth level. They know what they're talking about. So I'm sure there's lots of reasons why you're probably looking for that answer. But first, if I'm sitting in a CFO's position tomorrow and I need NetSuite help, I'm not going to go to the reputable VAR or consulting team that does it all. I want to go to the experts on that platform. Just a plug. I know I sound like a plug for Ria, but that's how I feel.
Oh, thank you, Lila. And guys, since we all know that renewal is coming up and it's their year end, I can only take so much renegotiation because it takes time to review and dance with your sales reps in NetSuite. So you can sign up for our renewal negotiation waitlist today. So I can have more time and focus in helping you. And also, if you have some friends and network that you want to really help, or I can help in New York, I'll be in New York for an in-person meeting on April 14. So yeah, I suggest that if you find this useful, you can let me meet them and help them. You can also download our white papers. We love sharing all what we know. And if you haven't done so, you can go to our Etter+Ramli LinkedIn page and you can download and hear some of our customers who said terrific negotiation outcomes. So is there any other questions, guys?
Joe?
I have a quick question. It might be
Yes, Joe.
semi-related. Do you recommend usually going with the NetSuite professional services for the implementation or a third-party implementer?
Oh, okay. So since this is an up close and personal opinion, okay. There are good people in NetSuite. There are really terrific people there, but there are also people who have been reported by NetSuite customers around the world who really don't know what they're doing. And instead of removing obstacles, from your path, Joe, or from the customers, they're adding layers and layers and still not coming back, to fix your problem. Yeah. And I think there has been a lot of successes, Joe, even if you read from, the internet, working with, managed success providers like Etter+Ramli, especially those that have not been salaried or commissioned. Like when I was in Oracle NetSuite, I work with all my PS and I love them. And, we get to go Barcelona or President's Club in Maldives when we hit our quotas and targets. I think the difference and what changes everything is when you're dealing with somebody like me, like us. We are not commissioned. I don't receive any $1 or any gifts from Oracle NetSuite, because what we want to happen every day is to help you, client, to really achieve your KPIs and metrics and teach you the NetSuite, we call the promised land. In each of the module that you're paying, we want to assist you without that, oh, I need to meet my quota, or I need to, get my $60,000 commission. That's fine. That's great. That helped me a lot and my parents. But, that is where I think you need to consult with, external managed service, partners.
Joe,
Right.
I'll give you a real life example of it. I think it depends on how complex your business is. So for us, it's just a matter of a SaaS-based company. You had all the salespeople going out and selling contracts, and they were allowed to have contracts with different little quirks within them, right? For our business, revenue recognition was the most nuanced. Working with the Oracle NetSuite implementation team, their goal wasn't to ask enough questions to make sure the whole system was set up to handle that. If you're working with another outside party, if they don't get it right, they're going to be held a little bit more accountable. And ideally, you've chosen someone that knows your industry a little better for this reason, like just the nuances of the revenue recognition. If you're using suite billing, man, we had enough issues in our revenue recognition where we moved from QuickBooks Online to NetSuite. And one of the main reasons was revenue recognition. We were doing all of that in a massive Excel workbook. And in that, going to NetSuite should have eliminated a lot of that manual work. If we didn't get those nuances right, we still had to do NetSuite, Excel-based RevRec, and we paid for an expensive software tool that we weren't utilizing fully. If you don't have if you've got a pretty streamlined company, even those, I still feel like there's nuances, right? And those people have to be able to set up the scripts. One more thing that I'll kind of harp on. I sort of was under the impression of, hey, NetSuite has suite billing. That's great. They can handle SaaS-based RevRec. Nothing in NetSuite is what I would call out of the box. If you go get QuickBooks Online, you can start using it, and you're probably going to be doing RevRec in Excel, right? And then you're putting some summary journals in QuickBooks or something. If you're paying for sophisticated software like NetSuite, you just need to understand it needs to be scripted for your company. And that's when you realize, okay, the NetSuite Oracle people are probably great for a company that needs something, relatively straightforward. Those third-party experts are going to be a little bit more nuanced, and they know how to build the scripts to make it tailored to your company.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too, and it kind of confirmed my understanding, so I appreciate it.
Yeah. Good sharing, Lila. Thanks, Joe. Is there any questions since we have more 5 minutes? If you need one-on-one meetings as well, I have my calendar, I have my availability. You can actually have a one-on-one with me. Usually customers, sign NDAs and then shoot me their estimates and ask me to review. And after one day, I get back to them with my summary and evaluation assessment for free. So that's what we can do, guys. I know it takes a lot of time and a lot of focus from you, and you're all very busy executives. It always helps if you have a helping hand, through me, doing all this renegotiation for you. So you can sign up for it today and let me know. You have my email, and some of you, I gave my WhatsApp number just for any burning questions, that I'm always here. So guys, if you don't have anything, I would love to thank you all for your precious time, sharing it with us. Lila, thank you so much for giving, insights to our NetSuite community. And I hope, guys, that you have learned, some tips here from our Etter+Ramli team, and talk to you guys soon. All right.